Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Anthony Davis.
Sam Walker.
But if you cared, you already knew that by now. And as you see, title of the video, we're done. We're done. And I don't know how to exactly say this or frame this in any way. Kind of will come to most I would see as a shock, but I don't think most people care. But we're done making videos together for now. Or a definite hiatus. That's what you said last week when you was talking to me. But basically, we came together and we're not making any videos anymore for a multitude of reasons. One of which is that I feel that we don't really click together on camera, which can only be so good if you got bad chemistry. We can work. You can work on it, you can improve, but the way I felt things were going, it wasn't going the way I wanted to. So I told Sam about this last week, and he didn't disagree. And we had a long discussion about this, and I thought the best thing to do was part ways, and do whatever. So. Now that's it, I guess we can talk more about it in detail, I guess. What have we done and where we're going to go from here. But I'm just going to ask you, Sam, how do you feel about all this being done with?
I don't know. There's been a lot of stuff that I've wanted to say for the longest time, but I didn't because, well, I mean, it wouldn't have done any good. But no, it doesn't matter.
You can go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. You can drop the I'll give you one M-bomb. You can go ahead and say it.
No, it's nothing bad. Just, disagreements with how we were, how this was going, the direction we were going, and now it doesn't matter because you ended it for me.
Well, you never say nothing. I'm supposed to know.
Because I was going to work through it, put my differences aside. And
that's no way to handle anything.
That's how I handle most things.
Is that good?
I mean, I was enjoying this. So I figured, why rock the boat?
Because it can always be better. It's not rocking the boat if you have legitimate things to say.
Sometimes it's rocking the boat.
Well, I mean, that's when you're dealing with a person that's not sensible. But I feel like I am.
Yeah, you are, generally.
So, well, I'm like, so you enjoyed it most of the time?
Yeah.
Thought it was fun?
Yeah, I figured that was the whole point. I didn't care about the numbers. We were having fun. People were telling me they were having fun watching. That's all I cared about.
See, I never got that. Like, I deal... I take it pretty seriously. Obviously, I'm on camera. I'm not trying to be serious, but I feel like the environment I'm in, I don't get a lot of positive feedback. Like most people that comment, they don't directly comment on the video. They might tell you, right? That I don't get that though. Like people don't text me, oh I enjoyed that or I didn't like that or any constructive criticism. So I'm kind of lost, and that contribute to why I just wanted to stop, because not only is it not growing, I don't know what's good or bad, and I'm trying all these new things, trying to see what sticks, because you can have all the fun you want, but if people don't like it, I feel like it doesn't matter long term. But so I wanted things to, I cared just as much about having fun and also having something good, because I mean, to tell you the truth, I mean, I wasn't having, all the fun in the world. I just felt like it always could be better. And, I wasn't. And, so we started off with the podcast. I guess we can, go run down the history if you want to.
Yeah, sure.
So it all started the first day of freshman year. And I was nervous and sweaty and fat. And the first person I saw was another nervous white kid. Another nervous kid, a small white kid,
That's the first person you saw.
Oh yeah, I did see some other people first, but the first person in that class, I'm like,
1B.
or whatever. You're
Yeah.
ruining the story. This is supposed to be romanticized. But the first person I saw was Sam. I saw him, and he looked nervous, and I think this. What do you say? I think you're shivering like a little puppy dog. You say hi.
That's
I'm
not
saying.
even close.
I think that was pretty close. I got it.
When
And
I was dead silent in German class.
anyways, we met in the beginning of high school, and I always wanted to have a podcast because I love podcasts. I love listening to them, and I love YouTube. I'm making YouTube videos since 2010 or whatever. And I wanted to find someone to do it with because I thought that would be a fun thing to do. And when talking to you, you seem interested in that, so I'm like, cool. Finally, I have someone to make YouTube videos with, and I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but we'll find something. And so we started the podcast.
In junior year.
Yeah,
Somewhere between junior and senior year.
yeah. And the first one I think went up June 4th, 2016.
Yeah, June 4th or 6th.
And going into making the podcast for the first episode, what'd you feel like about going into it?
I was excited, ready. Something I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. I was feeling like I felt ready. I'm listening to podcasts like the past 5 years, and I like games, and that's pretty much enough qualification to have a podcast. I feel.
Yeah, that was our first mistake.
How so?
Thinking that was enough. Just liking something and talking, because everybody makes podcasts. In the last 2 years, I've seen a bunch of people be like, okay, 2017, the year of no new podcasts. 2018 New Year's resolution: don't let anyone tell me about their new podcasts.
I feel
People
like
are tired of new podcasts. We're tired.
they're tired. They're tired of shit. Just like they say they're tired, and then they listen to it if it's good. Like people complain about shit that doesn't hold any water to me. Like somebody tells you about your podcast, okay, just don't check it out then if you're against it. Like this is
Clearly, nobody checked it out.
well, yeah. I mean, yes. I mean that's a separate point though. But like those people complain about that. I just never got like, oh, every asshole has a podcast. I'm like, you don't have to listen to every podcast. No one's forcing you. Like, would you want the other way, like the way it used to be 10, 15, or even 40 years ago when, like, people were handpicked to have a small number of jobs, either in radio or acting or movie or whatever? You don't want to be that way because the best people usually don't get in this very small amount and the money doesn't get dispersed properly. So you don't want it that way. Anyways, I just think it's a weird thing to complain about because no one's holding you down to listen to a podcast.
It's just an oversaturation of the market.
Well, yeah. But no one's making you do, like, from a consumer and whatever. Anyways, so I made the podcast, and it was enjoyable. I had fun constructing a podcast, writing down what we're going to do. And then we started doing different stuff with it. We started to, at the end, talk about movies, watch a movie of the week. But, eventually I felt like the podcast wasn't doing enough. It wasn't fun because in order to really talk, like gaming news is an odd thing to talk about because there's not very much of it because publishers are very smart about controlling the PR cycle. So juicy, newsworthy stuff does not come out that often. Like comes out probably like twice a month, and we're doing a weekly podcast. Doesn't really jive well with that.
Well, there's always news breaking. We just aren't connected enough. There's always news if you're connected enough, and we were not anywhere near.
There's always news, not newsworthy, but talking about like.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of. If you got the right people in the right places, you can talk about developments in popular franchises. Like I didn't know there was a new Batman Arkham game coming out until I saw a couple of insiders talking about it. I'm like, oh, sweet.
Insiders.
I wouldn't have known about this if they hadn't, talked to their friend from whatever. You know how news works. You got sources and places. We didn't have sources and places.
All right.
We were like third-hand news.
Mm-hmm. But so we eventually stopped doing that, and then we started making gaming videos. I did not like the early gaming videos at all. Um, how do you feel about that?
Like the Nuzlocke and stuff.
No, like a transitioning from the podcast.
I didn't really care. I was having fun. Enjoying. I was enjoying the time. That's what it always boils down to.
And we started like when we started live streaming. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed live streaming for some reason. I remember that finally. I remember at the end of our first live stream, somebody told us to watch. I think it was High. It was told us to watch that thing from Adventure Time, and I remember knowing exactly how it ended. I'm like, the only way, like I don't know why he wanted us to watch this. I'm guessing he wants to see our outrageous reaction. So I'm like, I'm just gonna act outrageous. And then I did, and then.
Then we got a copyright claim.
Yeah, because you really can't show Cartoon Network shows on a YouTube video,
Can't
can
really
you?
show most shows.
Yeah, you really can't do that, but. And you know, we kind of like during that last summer started doing game videos. We also did a like trivia battle. I enjoyed that, and just various things. And then we started talking about wrestling, started talking about comic books, and various things. And then like around September, October, I would stop making videos because I was really not enjoying it. Combination of that, plus life's not going as planned. Was not able to go to college for reasons I don't have to talk about. And I was basically took on because I was editing all the videos, and it took a lot of time to do that. And it just
That was your choice, though.
yeah, I know it was my choice. Everything is my choice.
I'm just making sure.
Okay.
Don't want people thinking I'm forcing you to do all the work. Because for the longest time, I had been the one editing since I was the one that had a laptop. It was
really good edits too. Really good edits too.
Not really, but you know.
But yeah, I got burnt out because I want stuff to be as good as possible. I don't like cutting corners, so I took a lot of time with it to do it patiently, gently, and eventually I just got too tired of it, too depressed for various reasons, and I was in that time between like October and February when we started making videos again. Like what were you doing?
February. I wasn't doing much. I just got back from family vacation in January. That's when we started. January of this year.
No, I know.
Right?
Right.
Just making sure I have my timeline correct. I don't know. I was relaxing, enjoying life. I had decided my academic situation. I decided the course for that. So I wasn't, stressing or anything.
During that time, I tried to improve some of my skills, my editing skill, my sick Photoshop skill, and I was still very stressed out because I had to prepare to reapply for college again in January, and again the same thing happened. I wasn't able to go to college for the same reasons pretty much, and I kept trying to plan my academic life out, my life in general, but stuff kept going out of my control. Just going bad, and just having a very bad time. I don't have to go into too much detail, but we're still meeting pretty much every week talking about what we wanted to do when we came back. Then we did come back in late January, and how do you feel about the videos in February?
They were good. I took some more risks with my editing. Social media mayhem was always kind of a drain. So it was just difficult to look for something to talk about without getting outraged at the stupidity of everybody.
I just felt like it just wasn't doing it for me. I don't know. This wasn't good enough for me. So I finally just said, you know what? That's it. We shuffled probably about 15 different series. How much shuffling do I need to do? Or is it just at the core, it's not two parts that fit? So I was like, okay, I'm not going to waste your time anymore. I'm going to move on. And I felt in two ways I would disappoint. I would disappoint you because maybe you were enjoying it. You said you did. So, but you could find a replacement. That's fine. But I had to do this. I felt for myself because this is one thing in my life that wasn't giving me anything positive that I could control. So I got rid of it. But do you have any plans for YouTube going forward, though?
Yeah, the Dungeons and Dragons series that we were going to do here, I'm still doing.
Mm-hmm.
Same group of people, hopefully, if they stop canceling every other week. We're doing the wrestling stuff, but we're doing the brand split.
Mm-hmm.
We're never gonna do another draft, are we?
No.
Okay, so calling it the inaugural draft was kind of
The inaugural and last draft.
First and last, yeah. And I'm gonna be back here on G.T.O. as soon as I can find a crew. Find a crew. It's gonna be like a kind of like a little source fed sort of different hosts, whoever works best with each other. So we don't have another repeat of this apparently.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be a while, so don't expect this channel to really be lively.
Mm-hmm. Don't expect my black ass again, 'cause I'm done. But if you do want more of my black ass, you can just go on
Pornhub.com.
Well, no, not yet. To go to description and click channel link for Tarik. I'm planning stuff for like towards the summer, like in the summer, and there might be some content that you might enjoy. So subscribe, and one day you might see a video in your sub box that you might be interested in. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna be. I'm still making YouTube videos, doing whatever, and yeah, I'm done with this channel. It's been a ride. It's been an experience. It's up. It had some downs, and it all led here, Sam. What did you learn from this experience?
Learned a lot of stuff.
Okay. Expound.
I don't feel like it.
Oh, okay, great.
Maybe I didn't learn anything.
Oh, okay.
I learned that if someone asks you to do something, and then they are the ones that decide that it's not working out, that it's not, not a problem. People that start things are usually the ones that finish them.
Yes. And
It's not a disappointment. I mean, I'd be rude if I were the one that stopped your dream prematurely.
yeah.
So we'll make do.
Yeah, we'll move on. That being said, this video is coming to a finish, and if you have anything to say at all, if you're disappointed, you can go ahead, put in the comments or whatever. But what would really help me, at least, help both of us, if you follow us, not too intensely. You don't have to follow everything we do, but if you go to our channels and you subscribe to them, and whenever you see a video,
the bell. Notification bell.
You do that too.
You should, or else you're not following us at all.
Yeah, if you click the bell or whatever, and you just see what we do every now and then, you might see a video and watch it and might be interested, and then you enjoy that video and you share it. Word of mouth is the best way for things to get better, and feedback and spreading by word of mouth will help me more than saying I'm disappointed, more than saying, oh, I'm sad to see this. More than anything else is helping us grow with our own individual projects and channels. So if you're not interested in that, obviously don't do it. But if you want to see us become successful, you have kind of a hand in doing that. And if you do, thank you very much. The journey for G.T.O might be over for now, but our journeys individually are just beginning. We're 19, so it's not that big of a deal, but it is kind of disappointing to me to see something that I worked on go down like this in such an unglorious way. But that's that.
What kind of videos are you gonna be doing on your channel? So people know whether or not they actually.
I mean,
care.
eventually, I'll be doing various walkthroughs, playthrough of games, of course, but also doing various food reviews. Not in my car because that's fucking disgusting.
He also doesn't have a car.
Yeah.
So.
I'll be doing some more conventional type shows that you might see on TV.
Vlogging?
No, not necessarily.
Wasting my time.
And you might see a vlog every now and then, but stuff is probably going to get a lot more ramped up during the summer. So wait for that. If you're interested in seeing a Vienna sausage burrito review, that'll be coming in the coming months. So stuff like that.
Still doing UVW? Universal.
Yes, I'll be
Whatever.
doing that eventually.
You're doing the wrestling thing.
So, anyways, anything else to say?
Well, if you care about what I'll be doing Dungeons and Dragons, playing the game and exploring mechanics and lore and all sorts of fun stuff. And I'll be doing
A lot of sex in that game, isn't
wrestling.
there?
No, there doesn't have to be. That's just because I was an insecure teenage comedian.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't that funny, and I'm ashamed.
Oh.
I'm ashamed of how that went. So yeah, I'll be doing Dungeons and Dragons and wrestling.
Okay.
A lot of it.
All right. Well, that is all for now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. This is only the beginning, so we appreciate it all. Thank you, and goodbye.